Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Apologies for the late start. Quick moving day here at the Triangle Classic. Had about 20 minutes in between the end of the second game against Lincoln, a 5-4 walk-off win for Carson-Newman. A strange one at that on a sack bunt from Anne-Marie Richards. Ball popped away from the first baseman after the out was made at first and allowed Bailey Worley to score. And now we're here in the second inning between Carson-Newman and West Virginia Wesleyan. As Reese Winchester leads off and takes the first pitch ball. Moves the count to 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. 3 runs in the first inning from both sides as the 1-0 misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Morgan Green is the pitcher for West Virginia Wesleyan. The Eagles played at 3 in the top of the first. 2-0 to Winchester, hangs upstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. Ground rule double from Macaulay Bailey started the scoring. That drove in Malia Smith. Then Addie Saunders, a single to left center, scored Macaulay Bailey. 3-0 misses high and outside to Winchester, and she is aboard on a 4-pitch walk to get things going here in the away half of the second. And then an infield single of Katie Mathena made it 3-0, but a 3-run home run from Josie Fix tied things up at 3 apiece between the Eagles and the Bobcats as it turns back over to the top of the Carson-Newman order with Malia Smith. Shows bunt, pulls back, and it misses low. Smith, 1 for 1, singled her last time up. That started this contest. Winchester over at second had the marquee hit in what was the eventual walk-off win against Lincoln. 1-0, slapped foul by Smith out of play down the third base side. The count evens at 1-1. But a hit from Winchester, a ground rule double, tied it at 4 in the bottom half of the 6th. Smith pops the bunt up, foul ground, third base side. Rushing over and running out of room, or not getting there in time, rather. Is the catcher, Trinity Nowicki, and the third baseman, Sydney Lowen, excuse me. 1-2 to Smith. Hangs upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. With nobody gone here in the top of the second. Slapper straight back to the pitcher, Green. She picks it up, fires out Smith as Winchester will advance up to second base. Brings up Abby Martin, the center fielder. Grounded out on had a sack bunt her last time up. And takes the first pitch ball from Green, 1-0. Carson-Newman trying to take the lead back. Takes a strike on the outer half. Count evens up at 1-1. To be honest, I wish I could tell you what everyone's stats are through these 2 games as Martin fouls the 1-1 back, and it's 1-2. But with the tight turnaround between these games, game against Lincoln ended at 4:10 local time, and this first pitch came in at 4:27. So the 1-2, a called strike, and Martin goes down looking. Doesn't exactly agree with the call as that one was high and tight. She leaned out of the way. But it's out number 2 as she goes down by way of the K. Brings up Macaulay Bailey. Second strikeout for Green. First pitch to Macaulay Bailey. Hangs upstairs, 1-0. Bailey had the ground rule double that scored the first run of the game. 1-0. Foul tip by Bailey. Makes the count 1-1. But with the nature of these tight turnarounds, I gotta make sure stats are set up. Sometimes you see me on the start of the stream here, these last two games at least. 1-1. And a strike that notches the outside edge. 1-2. The 1-2 home is a ball outside. Count evens up at 2-2. Good pitch there from Green. Had gotten a strike call there earlier. Two. Bailey drives it the other way, down the right field line, in foul ground. The right fielder and Putman makes the play, and the inning comes to a close as Winchester is stranded over at second base. Sends us to the bottom of the second, tied at 3 between Carson-Newman and West Virginia Wesleyan on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Bottom of the second inning, tied at 3 between Carson-Newman and West Virginia Wesleyan. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Appreciate any of you sticking with me through this crazy and hectic day. In day 1, on the scheduled day 2 of the Triangle Classic, as Sydney Lowen waves through the first offering from Atiana Stamper, gets ahead 0-1. Third game of the day as the 0-1 hangs high and outside. 1-1, the count moves to. Saw an 11-4 win over Davis and Elkins. Featured 10 runs in the top of the 7th from the Eagles, trailing 4-1. 1-1. Lowen waves through it. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes for Atiana Stamper, the star freshman pitcher. And then a walk-off win, 5-4 over Lincoln in Game 2. About a half hour ago, that went final. 1-2, swing and a miss. Stamper puts down Lowen by way of the K. And there's one gone in the bottom of the second on the first strikeout of the evening from Atiana Stamper. Oh, the first offering to Trinity Nowicki, the catcher, fouled straight back. Count goes to 0-1. Looking at Carson-Newman defensively, it's the same defensive lineup that they've trotted out in every game. As the 0-1 misses. Count moves to 1-1. 1-1 hangs upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike to Trinity Nowicki. That is high as well. 3 balls and 1 strike to Nowicki. Looks to be a change in right field for the Eagles. It appears Shelby Armstrong has entered into the contest. 3-1. Stamper goes to the rise ball, and Nowicki comes up empty on her swing, and the count runs full. So defensively for Carson-Newman appears to be Shelby Armstrong in right. Abby Martin's in center. The 3-2. Called strike 3. Nowicki frozen as Stamper puts it in the heart of the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Atiana Stamper. Puts 2 away in the bottom of the second. So let's give it to the defensive alignment for Carson-Newman. Abby Martin's in straightaway center. Shelby Armstrong in right. Addie Saunders is in left. The infield remains unchanged. First pitch and going around on the offering was the shortstop, Chloe Cohen, on her check swing, and it's 0-1. Macaulay Bailey is at first, Reese Winchester at second, Malia Smith, the shortstop, and Grace Gregory is over at third. The 0-1 hangs outside, moves to 1-1, and Anne-Marie Richards is behind the plate once more. She has caught all 14, now 15 2/3 innings for Carson-Newman. 1-1 down the chute from Stamper. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stamper looks to strike out the side here in the second after she gave up a 3-run home run to Josie Fix in the bottom of the first that tied things up. Wave and a miss on the 1-2 from Cohen. Stamper strikes out the side in the bottom of the second and sends us into the third inning. Tied at 3 between Carson-Newman and West Virginia Wesleyan on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Grace Gregory leads off here in the top of the third. First offering home from Green is outside for ball 1 to Grace Gregory. The third baseman popped out to the second baseman her last time up. And Gracie Arnold, one of those outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Gregory. .2-0 from Green. Loops upstairs, 3-0. Defensively for West Virginia Wesleyan, Trinity Nowicki is behind the dish. Morgan Green in the circle. 3-0 catches the outside corner, 3-1. Josie Fix is at first. Gracie Arnold's the second baseman. Chloe Cohen's the shortstop. And Sydney Lowland is the third baseman as the 3-1 roped into left field by Gregory. And she is aboard with a leadoff single. In the outfield, from right to left, it is Emma Putman in right. Jalen Riley is in center. And then left field is Lindsay Lindsay Hogg. As first offering is bunted by Anne-Marie Richards, and it goes to the backstop. It was popped up and just out of reach for Nowicki. It's 0-1. Top of the third inning in a 3-3 game between Carson-Newman and West Virginia Wesleyan to close out the first day of games. Yesterday was supposed to be the first day, but poor weather canceled the day. The 0-1, a wave and a miss from Richards, 0-2. But the sun has come out. It's a beautiful day in Raleigh. 61 degrees and sunny is what my phone says. And I think everyone in this Carson-Newman side, and probably West Virginia Wesleyan as well, is very appreciative of this warm weather. The 0-2 off the end of the bat of Richards into shallow right field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Back-to-back singles from Carson-Newman to get things going in the top half of the third inning. Puts 2 on with nobody out. And here comes Addie Saunders. Saunders 1 for 1. Picked up an RBI single her last time up. Coming off a very strong performance against Lincoln. Saunders shows bunt, pushes it down third base side, and it skitters foul. Saunders shows bunt again, tries to guide it to the third base line, and once more it bounces foul. And the count goes to 0-2. The 0-2, Saunders loops it into the left side of the infield. Catch is made by the shortstop in Cohen. Puts one gone in the top of the third inning. Shelby Armstrong now comes up to bat. Saunders went 3 for 3 against Lincoln. Armstrong swings on the first offering, sends a towering fly ball into center. Jalen Riley is there, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. Brings up Sarah Walker. First offering to Walker. Misses outside for ball 1. 52 pitches thrown for Morgan Green. Trying to work around traffic on the base paths here in the top of the third inning. Richards at first, Gregory at second. 1-0. Walker line drive into center, but coming on to make the play is Riley once more, and good read on that frozen rope from Walker. Brings the top of the third inning to a close with 2 runners left on for Carson-Newman. Sends us to the bottom half of the third, tied at 3 between Carson-Newman and West Virginia Wesleyan on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network, and we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Jalen Riley leads off here in the bottom of the third against Atiana Stamper. The righty comes home. Bunt put down by Riley. Gregory comes over from third, picks it up, snaps it to first, and it's in time as Winchester, with a nice stretch, holds onto it. And the speedy center fielder Jalen Riley is retired for out number one. Brings up the two-hitter, Lindsey Hogg, the left fielder. And that's Gracie Arnold, the second baseman. Top of the order due up. First pitch is off the mark from Stamper. Rushes inside to the righty. 1-0, wave and a miss. Count evens up. 40th pitch upcoming here for Stamper. Ball is lifted deep to left. Saunders onto the warning track, and she'll make the grab for out number two. And that brings up Gracie Arnold with two away in the bottom of the third. First pitch, hit on the ground to short. Smith fields, fires, and the inning is over. That one was right in front of our crowd mic, I think, as it had a sharp sound right in my ears. And maybe for all of you listening along at home, but that is another 1-2-3 inning from Atiana Stamper. She has retired the last 7 West Virginia Wesleyan hitters and has put back-to-back 1-2-3 innings together, sending us into the fourth. Tied at 3 between Carson-Newman and West Virginia Wesleyan on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Delighted you could be with me here as we come into the fourth inning between the 21st ranked Carson-Newman Eagles and West Virginia Wesleyan. It has been a marathon long day. Been standing for most of it, and I will remain standing throughout the entirety of this one as Reese Winchester swings on the first pitch. Grounds it foul as it just bounces to the left of the third base bag. The 0-1 to Winchester. Slips out of the glove or out of the hand rather of Morgan Green, hangs upstairs for ball one. All black look for West Virginia Wesleyan. Cursive Bobcats written across the chest of their jerseys and written in orange, outlined in white. 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. Numbers on the back to mirror that. with black pants and black socks. Carson-Newman, and it's all orange look. 2-1 out is outside of Winchester. 3 balls and 1 strike. Orange pinstripe look. Eagles written in cursive across the chest with numbers on the front. Numbers on the back, all in white. 3-1, Winchester turns on it, pops it up out of play down the left field line. With, of course, the thin white pinstripes on the jersey and the pants. White socks with 2 orange stripes high on the calf. Payoff pitch to Winchester, turns on it, drives it deep left field, pushing back and making the catch just in front of the imaginary fence is the left fielder in Lindsey Hogg for out number 1. That's one that, with no temp fences up, is up to the best judgment of the umpires and the fielders. They feel they can make it, and looked like she was just in front of where the fence would have been. So a good robbery from Hogg for out number 1 as Malia Smith fouls the first pitch away, and it's 0-1. As I said, with the weather that has hit this triad area, all the moisture, the field crew didn't have the time to put up temp fences, nor did they feel that they were in a position where they could. When I was talking to the head of that crew, said his name was Jeff, didn't give me a last name. As the 0-1 misses high and outside to Smith, 1-1. Green comes set and comes home on a 1-1. Smith showed bunt, pulled back, and it catches the outside corner, 1-2. But he said there is no temp fences up on a majority of the fields. There are some that have them due to a youth clinic that was happening earlier in the week. But none on any of the 3 fields that the Eagles have played on today, as the 1-2 fouled straight back off the end of the bat from Smith. And so the rulings I was given, which came from Lorelei Spradlin, the game 1 starter for Carson-Newman, was if it rolls through where the fence would be, it's a ground rule double. But judging home run versus just a flyout is tough. As the 1-2, Smith lets it go by, and it's a called strike 3. She doesn't agree with the call. Puts 2 away on the 3rd strikeout for Morgan Green, 2nd of the looking variety. Brings up Abby Martin. So certainly a peculiar setup. Maybe tomorrow there will be temp fences. As the sun has come out, it has dried out most of the grass and the dirt as well. First offering to Martin is high and outside, 1-0. And looking at the weather for tomorrow, more warmth coming. 1-0, fouled straight back, 1-1. My phone tells me the high tomorrow is going to be 70 degrees. I think my family would be rather upset to hear that. I am a native of Connecticut, and they got 18 inches of snow this weekend. The 1-1, Martin, a pop-up that will stay on the infield on the right side. The first baseman comes over and will make the play. That is Josie Fix, and the inning comes to a close with a 1-2-3 top of the 4th inning, sends us to the bottom half. Ratiana Stamper returns to the circle for Carson-Newman. Back with more from Raleigh on the other side of this break on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Delighted you could be back with me here on the Eagles Sports Network. A little late coming out of the break here in the fourth inning as Atiana Stamper misses on her first two pitches to the designated player and Madison Ostra. The count moves to 2-0. Ostra lifts a fly ball into right. Armstrong charges in and will make the play for out number one. Josie Fix coming up to bat now. She is the difference maker today for West Virginia Wesleyan. A 3-run home run to straightaway center, tied it up at 3 after the Eagles plated a trio of runs in the top of the first inning. Fix takes the first pitch ball down away from the righty and Stamper against the lefty and Fix, and it's 1-0. West Virginia Wesleyan 1-0 to start its weekend at the Triangle Classic. This is a muscled out into right field by Fix on the 1-0. She's 2 for 2 and finds a base hit into right field. And so after 8 straight have been retired by Stamper, Fix stops that streak once more. Brings up Emma Putman. Fix was the last hit that Stamper had given up, that 3-run shot, and that is the third hit allowed by Stamper today. Slow roller towards first on a jam shot that's picked up by Macaulay Bailey, takes it to first, and she retires Putman for out number 2, excuse me. Sydney Lowen comes up to bat now, the third baseman for the Bobcats. I just had a brain fart there for a moment as the first pitch in goes right in the heart of the zone for a called strike 1, and that's 0-1. If you're looking for other scores around Mossy Creek or back in Jefferson City, Tennessee, home of the Carson-Newman Eagles, big contest going on at Holt Fieldhouse. Men's basketball closing out the 2026 campaign on Senior Day against Lenore Ryan. No one misses down and in, 1-1. Tied at 32 at halftime between the Eagles and the Bears. Carson-Newman found themselves within the top 8 of the most recent regional rankings, but that does not account for the Conference Carolinas champions, so that would put them on the outside looking in. But a win against the Bears would be a marquee win on the season and a huge resume booster, as the 1-1 fouled straight back 1-2, as that was pitch number 50 for Stamper. Lenore Ryan, number 2 team in the Southeast region. It would be huge for Carson-Newman's momentum. Winners of 11 of their last 13 coming into the regular season finale. As Lowen hits one on the ground, back up the middle. Smith ranging to her left, gobbles it up, and snaps it to first for out number 3. As Stamper works around the 1-out base hit from Josie Fix. Sends us into the 5th inning, knotted up at 3 between Carson-Newman and West Virginia Wesleyan on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Top of the 5th inning from Walnut Creek Park here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Macaulay Bailey leads off, and the first pitch home from Morgan Green just misses beneath the knees of the first baseman. 3, 4, and 5 in the Carson-Newman order to get things going here in the 5th inning. 1-0. Bailey, hard hit line drive into center field. It is down for a base hit, picked up off one hop by the center fielder Riley, who was crashing in. And Macaulay Bailey, representing the go-ahead run, is aboard on a leadoff single. She's now 2 for 3. Brings up Grace Gregory, who is also 1 for 2. Singled her last time up. Last commercial coming out of the break, you heard the voice of Andrew Rogers. His first pitch home to Gregory. Turns, pops it up, foul ground, third base side, long run, and nobody's going to get there for the Bobcats. On pitch number 70 of the evening for Green, moves the count to 0-1, but they were saying Andrew Rogers on that wonderfully done AEC commercial read. Voice of the Lady Eagles, they finished the season with a loss against Lenore Rhine, 93-74. Lady Eagles will head into SAC basketball tournament as either the 4 or the 5 seed. So they've kind of stumbled down the stretch. The 0-1 to Gregory. Hangs outside 1-1. Trailed big at the break did the Eagles against Lenore Rhine, and at the time I was able to check the score, I saw them down by 30 as the 1-1 misses outside 2-1. There was a 58-31 lead for the Bears over the Eagles at Holt Fieldhouse on Senior Day for the Lady Eagles. Excuse me, I misspoke there. As the count moves to 3-1, and umpire has ruled that it is ball 4. I had it at 3-1. West Virginia Wesleyan's dugout appears to have had it at 3-1 as well. And after conversation between the two umpires, they have ruled that it was just ball 3. So Grace Gregory is going to strap on her ankle guard on her left foot and head back to the righty's batter's box in a 3-1 count against Morgan Green. Get you some other stats here on the men's basketball game. There's more things being figured out. So after the alleged walk, Macaulay Bailey went to second, and so she could stay there on a technical stolen base. So here's now the 3-1 to Gregory, and there is ball 4. And now she will toss her back to first. And there's going to be a conversation in the circle. As I said, I'll get you caught up on what's going on back at Holt Fieldhouse. Second half has started. It's now tied at 34 apiece between Carson-Newman and Lenore Ryan. Jack Browder, 18 points at the break. Matt Bilbray had 8. He's now up to 10 after his most recent bucket. Browder up for sack player of the year, potentially. Has been so good this season. Most recently scored his 2,000th career point against Mars Hill on Wednesday in the Play for Ace game. Prayers are with former Carson-Newman assistant coach and now Mars Hill head basketball coach KT Carter and his son Ace, who is in need of a heart transplant at such a young age, as Anne-Marie Richards fouls the first pitch back. And it's 0-1 on the bunt attempt. But praying for Coach Carter and the rest of their family as they go through this tumultuous time. The 0-1 hangs high and outside to Richards. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carson-Newman offensively in that basketball game. Just 4 people have scored. Browder, Bilbray. As the 1-1, Richards puts the bunt down, fielded by the third baseman in Lowen. Snaps it over to first, and it's in time. As covering the bag was the second baseman in Arnold. Moves Bailey to third, and Gregory also into scoring position on the sack bunt. And so it's Addie Saunders who's bumped up to this 6th spot in the lineup due to swinging a hot bat. Fouls the first offering away. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Saunders. Takes the ball outside, and it's 1-1 on the 80th pitch from Morgan Green. Carson-Newman, winners of 3 consecutive games, have won their first 2 here in Raleigh. 1-1, Saunders hammers one into right center field, and it will roll through the fence for a ground rule double, and that will score both Macaulay Bailey and Grace Gregory to make it 5-3 Carson-Newman on a frozen rope from Addie Saunders. Runs over to pitching coach Holly Tucker-Vance, who was the first base coach, now trades places with Hayden Dye. Coach Holly will actually stay out over at first base. And it looks like there will be some changes for the Bobcats in the circle, and while they get that all figured out, we're going to take a quick break. Actually, we'll wait until we know for certain. Either way, it is a 5-3 Carson-Newman lead on the 2-run ground rule double from Addie Saunders, and so all that gets figured out. Figure out who the new pitcher is, get you everything you need to know when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
So changes made in the circle for West Virginia Wesleyan, and coming into pitch is Josie Fick. She starts Shelby Armstrong out with a strike on the outer half, and it's 0-1. Sliding in over at first base now is Reagan Wynn. Moves into that flex spot. 0-1, a wave and a miss from Armstrong, and the count moves to 0-2. After a 2-run ground rule double from Addie Saunders, has broken the 3-3 tie and has made it a 5-3 Carson-Newman lead here in the top of the 5th inning. The 0-2 is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Armstrong grounds it just foul of the third base line. It was fair for a good bit of time, but the third baseman Lowen smartly lets it go by. Count moves to 1-2. Armstrong in a 1-2 count, standing in the righty's batter's box, turns, drives it deep right center field, long run way back, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Shelby Armstrong. It is officially ruled a home run. It's her first in an Eagle uniform, and it's 7-3 Carson-Newman. Talk about some backside power for Shelby Armstrong. The shortest player on this Carson-Newman team. Stands at 5'1", but she certainly has some pop, as evidenced by her stats over the last few years with Roane State Community College. And she got all of that one, muscling it the other way to right center field. And makes it a 7-3 Carson-Newman lead. Looks like there's more changes coming for West Virginia Wesleyan. There just appears it has been a conversation in the circle, and that is all it is Josie Fix will come back out. It looked like it was just a conversation on whether it was a home run or not, and eventually coming to the conclusion that it was. Walker swings on the first pitch, grounded towards second, fielded it, and snapped over to first by Arnold for out number 1. First home run of the weekend for Carson-Newman, first for Shelby Armstrong. In her Carson-Newman career, was subbed in game 1 in place of Addie Saunders. Kind of kick-started that 10-run inning, reached on the first, was the first batter to reach as Reese Winchester takes the first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Fix comes home. The 0-1 notches the outer edge. 0-2. To Winchester, misses low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Armstrong in her freshman season at Roane State Community College batted .374, had 4 home runs and 28 RBIs. And then last season, as the 1-2 popped out of play foul. As a sophomore, it's not giving me the stats sometimes, even though I have them written down somewhere. The 1-2 fouled away by Winchester down the third base line. Count stays where it is, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Either way, point stands. Shelby Armstrong, she's got power. She put it on display. And a 4-run top of the 5th inning from Carson-Newman has put the 21st ranked Eagles in front 7-3. Armstrong last season also hit 4 home runs, a part of 27 RBIs in 2025 as Winchester hammers one off the end of her bat and slices it foul down the first base line this go around. Pitching coach Holly Tucker-Vance is over at first base, normally where Hayden Dye occupies the foul ground on the first base side, but it's Coach Holly over there this inning. Might have to stay there. 4 runs in this 5th inning. Winchester waits, hammers one to left. Coming on to make the play is Haug, and the inning is over. But 4 runs score for the Eagles on 3 hits. A ground rule double from Addie Saunders drove in a pair, and then the 2-run home run from Shelby Armstrong, the right fielder, her first in a Carson-Newman uniform, makes it 7-3 going into the bottom of the 5th on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Atiana Stamper settles back in and has working with a lead for the 2nd time today. Faces Trinity Nowicki to get things going. And she takes the first pitch ball that misses high above the zone. Righty on righty matchup as the lights flicker on here at Walnut Creek Park. Sun setting, and it's a beautiful scenery. As the 1-0 misses down and in, 2-0. Wave and a miss from Nowicki. 2-1. Might have just caught the end of her bat. Nowicki turns, drives it, and it was deep, but foul down the left field line. Straighten that one out, and whew, that one's going a long way. Nowicki pops it up straight to the shortstop Smith, bounces in front of her, picks it up, fires to first. And there's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Chloe Cohen now coming up to bat, the shortstop. Will stay into the righty's batter's box. But I was just saying, great scenery here in Walnut Creek Park. Not sure which kind of trees. I was trying to do a little bit of research, but if you've ever been to North Carolina, you know there's tall trees you see everywhere. As the first offering to Cohen comes in, and it's high, ball 1. Well, those trees line the outfield fence. The 1-0 from Stamper. Wave and a miss, or nope, they'll call it a foul ball. Just catching the ever slightest touch was the swing from Cohen. One, rise ball from Stamper goes high. And the count moves to 2-1. Stamper finds the bottom rail of the zone for a called strike. Count evens up at 2-2 on pitch number 60. On the evening for Atiana Stamper. 2-2. Pulled high by Stamper, and it goes to the backstop, and the count runs full against Chloe Cohen. Freshman out of Branson, West Virginia. Payoff pitch. Wave and a miss. Cohen down on strikes. Strikeout number 4 for Atiana Stamper. Turns it back over to the top of the order for West Virginia Wesleyan with Jalen Riley. She's 0 for 2. Takes the first pitch ball high, 1-0. Riley line drive into right field. Armstrong comes in, dives, and makes the grab. Check, please. Have yourself an inning. Shelby Armstrong, a 2-run home run in the top of the 5th, and then a web gem to bring things to a close here in the bottom half. Sends us into the 6th after a 1-2-3. Bottom of the 6th inning for Atiana Stamper. It's 7-3. Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Top of the Carson-Newman order due up here in the top of the 6th inning. A 7-3 Eagles lead. Malia Smith leads off against Josie Fix. The left-hander comes home. And the first pitch to Smith misses outside. 1-0. Misses inside, and it's 2-0. To Smith, chops it foul off of home plate. moves to 2-1. 2-1. Smith waves through it, trying to slap it into play. Count goes to 2-2. Fix comes home, the 2-2 to Smith. Chops at it and guides it foul down the left field line. Count stays where it is at 2-2. Giving you the updates on Carson-Newman basketball. Get you caught up on Carson-Newman baseball. They're on the road in the Palmetto State against Anderson. Trojans took game one of their Saturday doubleheader 6-1. As a 2-2 misses down and inside. The count runs full 3-2. Carson-Newman has struggled as of late, especially in sack play. Now at 8-7 on the season after that loss in game one. And in game two, Trojans doing more of the same. They're up 7-3 after a 5-run fifth inning. 2-2, Smith goes through it, drop third, but it gets to the backstop, and Smith with all her speed. That is enough to get on base. So here comes Abby Martin up to bat. On a strikeout for Fix that won't count as an out. First pitch to Abby Martin notches the inner corner. And it's 0-1. The 0-1. Catches the outside corner. Smith going to second. The throw was on a line to second, but no one was covering for Nowicki, the shortstop. And Cowan got over late. And Smith is able to slide in, head first dive. Safely ahead of the tag. Moves into scoring position. Fix with an 0-2 count, ahead on Martin. Pitch to the plate. This is low, 1-2. Martin shoots it the other way, picked up on the backhand with a sliding stop by the second baseman Arnold, spins around, snaps it to first for out number one. Beautiful play, beautiful glove work. With the sliding stop on her knees by Arnold. Spun around and delivered out number one as Malia Smith, though, advanced over to second, or another 60 feet to third. Brings up Macaulay Bailey. Bailey chops the first offering off of home plate, and the count moves to 0-1. Time is called as that one looked like it caught the inside of the right foot on Macaulay Bailey. She walks down to head coach Michael Graves on the third base side. Just wants to feel it out, make sure she's okay. Appears to be all right. Bailey is 2 for 3, doubled with a run scored in the first, had an RBI as well. Flew out in the second, and then the fifth had a single, picked up a stolen base, her second of the season. Also came in to score in that inning as well, as the 0-1 skips away on the wild pitch from Nowicki. Here comes Smith, and she'll score standing up. It is 8-3. Carson-Newman. As Smith got on the unconventional way, a drop third wild pitch. Advanced to second on a stolen base. Moved to third on the ground out from Abby Martin and scores on a wild pitch, pushing the advantage up to 5 for Carson-Newman. 1-1 misses low to Bailey. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one misses low and away. 3-1 now against Macaulay Bailey, who, as it stands through these first 2 games, is the team's new leader in terms of batting average coming into this second contest, or this third contest, excuse me, batting .475. As 3-1 skips in to 5-pitch walk to Macaulay Bailey. Brings up Grace Gregory, but head coach Michael Graves gonna walk down to the home plate umpire, and a pinch runner is gonna come in for Macaulay Bailey. Question is, who will it be? It's been Bailey Worley in the past, but it looks like it'll be Emma Romika this time around, and it will be. So Emma Romika goes to first base. Grace Gregory comes up, takes a first pitch drop ball that catches the bottom part of the zone. Moves the count to 0-1. Romika got the start in the second game of the day for Carson-Newman against Lincoln. Also took 1 at bat. As Gregory hits a soft liner, bounces past second base and into center field. As Romika moves into scoring position. As Carson-Newman now has 11 hits in this contest. Try to add on more runs to its 8-3 lead. They're able to get 3 runs in this inning and then hold West Virginia Wesleyan without a run, as the first offering to Anne-Marie Richards misses low and away against the righty catcher. If they take this inning 3-0 in the aggregate, it would make it 11-3, and Carson-Newman will get the run rule win to close out day 1. 1-0, Richards on the ground to third, scooped up by the third baseman in Lowen, slipped for a moment, and Romika just a touch late on her slide into third. She is ruled out, and Richards is aboard on a fielder's choice. Brings up Addie Saunders. First pitch swing for Saunders. Slow roller back up the middle, taken by the second baseman Arnold, and she'll go to the second base bag all by herself for out number 3. So I guess I shouldn't have said anything about that run rule potential. Just an announcer's jinx there by me. I'll put my hand up. That's on me. Either way, that sends us to the bottom of the 5th inning. 8-3, Carson-Newman in front over West Virginia Wesleyan on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Bottom of the 5th inning, it's an 8-3, or bottom of the 6th inning. Got it all mixed around here. It's been a long day. What can I say? It's been a long day for me, long day for this team, but Carson-Newman trying to get through it 3-0 and improve to 17-2 on the season. The 21st ranked Eagles with an 8-3 advantage over West Virginia Wesleyan as the first offering. Lindsey Haug misses low for ball 1. Head coach Michael Graves comes out of the first base side dugout and is informing the home plate umpire that Macaulay Bailey has re-entered over at first base. He's going to inform the West Virginia Wesleyan bench as well. As he informs me as well, but I already caught up to that one, so no need to worry there. Here comes the 1-0 from Stamper. Misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. As Atiana Stamper gets a new ball. A little bit of a abbreviated pause. 2-0. Wave and a miss from Lindsey Haug. As Stamper goes upstairs with the rise ball. Gets the count to 2-1. Haug lifts a fly ball to left. Saunders takes 1 step to her right, then back to her left. Will make the play for out number 1 in this 6th inning. Carson-Newman 5 outs away from getting the win. Check in on Carson-Newman men's basketball against Lenore Ryan. See how that one's moving along as Gracie Arnold climbs into the righty's batter's box in the first pitch. High and outside, 1-0. Tight one with 5:41 left to go. It is a 64-62 lead. Lenore Ryan just took the lead on a 3. As that finds the zone from Stamper. Comes home. This is muscled towards first on a jam shot that Arnold will pop out to the first baseman and Macaulay Bailey. Puts 2 outs on the board. Madison Ostra, the designated player, now comes up and takes the first pitch ball. Carson-Newman struggling a little bit offensively. One of their last 10 from the field, but Jack Batter going to line for a technical foul. As the 1-0 is fouled straight back, 1-1, and he makes both, so game is tied at 64 over at Holt Fieldhouse. It was assessed to the Lenore Ryan bench, or coach as it is listed on the live stats. So we'll keep you in tune with that one as this moves along. The 1-1 line shot into left center field. Saunders moves over, and Saunders will make the grab for a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th. Last 8 have been retired by Atiana Stamper. Sends us into the 7th with an 8-3 Carson-Newman lead. Shelby Armstrong will lead off when we come back on Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeandeagles.com/Eagle Club.
Top of the 7th inning, 8-3, Carson-Newman in front on the Eagle Sports Network. Matt Scalzo with you. Josie Fix, her first pitch to Shelby Armstrong is shot down the right field line foul, and the count moves to 0-1. Armstrong, her last time up, a 2-run shot to right center field, her first home run in a Carson-Newman uniform. 9th in her collegiate career. The 0-1. Misses low and away to Armstrong in the righty's batter's box, and it's 1-1. Told you I'd keep you in touch on what's going on back in Jefferson City. Carson-Newman men's basketball looking for a marquee win over number 2 team in the Southeast region in Lenore-Rhine. 1-1 chopper towards the second base. Armstrong will reach as this one eats up the second baseman Arnold. And Armstrong is aboard on an E4. Brings up Sarah Walker, the designated player for Carson-Newman. As I was saying, for Carson-Newman men's basketball, they're up 67-65 over a Lenore-Rhine team that's number 2 in the Southeast region, receiving votes in the top 25. The time is called by the pitcher in Josie Fix, and we'll get a new ball. Eagles leading thanks to 34 points from Jack Browder. He's got another double-double. He's 18 of 18 at the free throw line. Junkyard Jack keeps doing work. Sarah Walker hits one on the ground to third. Looks to second for one. Opts to go to first as Armstrong with good speed. Forced to change of plans from Sydney Lowen. And Walker is put down on the 5-3 put out. Brings up the 9-hitter in Reese Winchester. As Malia Smith is standing on deck. Reese Winchester climbs into the righty's batter's box with one gone, and Shelby Armstrong over at second. First offering to Winchester is outside for ball 1. Temperatures starting to drop just a little bit with the sun setting. Lights have come on. 2 teams waiting their turns to come on next. 1-0. This is high. 2 balls, no strikes to Winchester. Next game coming up will be Pitt Johnstown versus Frostburg State, based on the 2 teams that are standing behind me currently. 2-0. Winchester turns, drives it down a left field line, and it just pulls foul of the left field line. Winchester, well, hasn't exactly had as many hits today. She is certainly swinging the bat better. Had a signature hit that tied the game at 4 against Lincoln, a ground rule double to left center. Had one earlier today, a deep fly out to left that I think if there's a temp fence, I might be talking about how Reese Winchester hit her first career home run. 2-1. Winchester back up the middle. Fix couldn't glove it down on a hard liner, and Winchester is aboard with an infield single. As Armstrong goes to third and puts runners on the corners with 1 away in the top half of the 7th inning. Smith climbs in a lefty's batter's box. Waves through the first offering from Fix, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Smith puts a bunt down right in front of home plate. Picked up by Lowen. She'll have no throw to first, as by the time she picks it up, Malia Smith was over at first base. Winchester goes to second. Armstrong holds strong over at third. Brings up Abby Martin with the bases loaded. Carson-Newman and Lenore Ryan trading buckets back at Holt Fieldhouse. 2:40 left to go. A 70-69 lead for the Bears over the Eagles. First pitch to Martin. Turned on it. Sliced it foul down the right field line, 0-1. So the 0-1 count here as Martin comes back into the righty's batter's box. The lefty Fix comes home. On the off speed, hangs upstairs, 1-1. Blesson Kimball with back-to-back buckets for Lenore Ryan has put them in front. 70-69. Let you know if anything changes at that one. A 1-1. Misses low and away. 2-1 to Martin. The bases are loaded with Armstrong at third, Winchester at second, Smith at first. Fix comes home, the 2-1. Catches the outside corner on her 50th pitch of the night. Martin takes it. Count moves to 2-2. Apologies if I'm kind of all over the place. Looking back at Holt Fieldhouse, my roommate in Jefferson City, assistant basketball coach Case Roach. 2-2. Martin slow roller to the right side. Arnold, the second baseman, will go the short way to first as Armstrong comes in to score. An RBI ground out from Abby Martin. Adds on to her season total. Makes it a 9-3 Carson-Newman lead. Brings up Macaulay Bailey. Bailey 2 for 3, worked a walker last time up. Was pinch ran for by Emma Romika. First pitch home is a ball outside. That's 1-0. Malia Smith over at second, Reese Winchester at third. Ball to the outfield. Would be able to score Malia Smith. 1-0. Bailey waves through it. Count goes to 1-1. Over at Holt Fieldhouse, a 3 from Matt Bilbray has given Carson-Newman the 72-70 lead. So here comes the 1-1 to Macaulay Bailey. Hard hit ground ball to short. Picked up and fired on to first by Cohen. And that will do it for top of the 7th. Carson-Newman brings in one more. On the RBI ground out from Abby Martin. They score the 1 run on 2 hits, aided by 1 error, and they leave 2 on base. As Atiana Stamper will look to close things out and get another complete game, give the Eagles their 3rd win of the day when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeaneagles.com/Eagle Club.
3 outs to go for Carson-Newman to go 3-0 on the opening day of games for the Triangle Classic, taking on West Virginia Wesleyan. Carson-Newman, ranked number 21 in the country, up 9-3 after adding a run in the top of the 7th. An RBI groundout from Abby Martin. First pitch from Atiana Stamper to Josie Fix is in for a called strike. And it moves to 0-1, keeping you in tune with everything going on at Holt Fieldhouse. 74-72, the lead for Carson-Newman with 20 seconds to go against Lenore Ryan as Fix shoots one the other way into foul ground on the left field line. Saunders racing over, runs out of room, and the count goes to 0-2. Carson-Newman had gotten possession after a block from Jack Browder. Just going based off what the live stats are telling me on Julian Dozier. But then a turnover from Khalees Fry has led to a 30-second timeout from Lenore Ryan. Ooh. Exciting day going on in Mossy Creek. The 0-2. Fix chops it straight back to the pitcher. Stamper went under her glove. Winchester backing her up. Fields and snaps it to first. For out number 1. 2 outs away is Carson-Newman from picking up the win. This was tied at 3 after 1 inning. Josie Fix had been a thorn in the side of Atiana Stamper. Had gotten 2 hits on her, including a 3-run home run in the first. But since then, just 1 hit for Josie Fix since then. Other than that, it's been a bunch of hitters shaking their heads going back to the third base dugout. Now 9 straight retired by Stamper. The 0-1 fouled straight back, and it's 0-2. Lenore Ryan has tied the game at 74 all with 4 seconds to go on a layup by Conrad Luczynski. Lenore Ryan will now take a full timeout. 0-2 is outside from Stamper, 1-2. I'm sure my roommate, Case Roach, assistant coach on the men's basketball team at Carson-Newman, he's even keeled as they could come. Just kidding, he's probably losing his mind right now. Here comes the 1-2 from Stamper, swing and a miss. Beautiful breaking pitch, moving away from Emma Putnam. Puts her down by way of the K and gives 2 outs here as Stamper records another strikeout. Her 5th of the evening brings up Sydney Lowen, the last hope for West Virginia Wesleyan. And she waves through the first offering, makes the count 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Next offering will be the 85th of the night for Atiana Stamper. She's got 5 strikeouts. Carson-Newman has battled throughout the day. 2 late game comebacks. And working with a cushion here, the 0-2. Called strike 3. Paints the inside corner. Stamper with back-to-back strikeouts finishes the day with 6 total as Carson-Newman goes 3-0, and they pick up the 9-3 win over West Virginia Wesleyan, and that does it for my day here in Raleigh. Special thanks to anyone that tuned in at any point today, whether you're a Carson-Newman fan or a fan of Davis Elkins, Lincoln, or most recently West Virginia Wesleyan. I know there's no stream here, so I hope I did the best I could for any of you that tuned in. And if I said anyone's names wrong, I do apologize. I am on kind of thin support here over these last couple games. So I appreciate anyone that tuned in at any point, and especially any Carson-Newman parents. Especially a big thank you to Addie Saunders' dad and Lorelei Spradlin's dad. They helped me move my stuff in between the Lincoln game and this game, and I just want to give my appreciation to them and to anyone that's tuned in today. Hopefully you can tune in tomorrow, day 2. Carson-Newman's got a contest with Bluefield State at 10 a.m. and then at noon against Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Should remember that. I'm a Penn State guy. Got to keep an eye on all those little schools in the great Commonwealth state of Pennsylvania. Pitt Johnstown's coming up here soon. As a Penn State guy, I don't like anyone. It's Pitt related. But that does it for today's broadcast. Special thanks as always to anyone that tuned in, and a special thanks to this team and Carson-Newman for giving me these opportunities. Till tomorrow, I'm Matt Scalzo signing off. Enjoy the rest of, hold on, let me give you one last update on men's basketball. It's going to overtime, so if you're looking for something to watch, go find the men's basketball stream, also on the YouTube. Adam Cavalier, he's got you covered on that one. Or if you got Flow Sports, I also recommend you watch it. Great stream over there run by Jay West and Ian Johnson. But until tomorrow, Matt Scalzo signing off. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.